Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today, we're going to have a match from Katowice 2020 between PartinG and SpeCial here on Triton, the latter edition. Bottom right-hand corner is the red Terran player SpeCial, and in the top left-hand corner, it is the blue Protoss player PartinG. PartinG, a prolific streamer, really fun guy. He's got some rage when he loses. He likes when he wins. He has really creative stuff. And SpeCial is just one of the more solid Terran players of the last few years. It is Mexico versus Korea here. Alrighty, man. Here we go. No proxies. No proxies from either player. Gateway coming up in PartinG's base, and a barracks coming up inside of SpeCial's base. And yeah, somebody posted an infographic for Katowice on the StarCraft subreddit the other day. I want to say back on the 8th or the 7th of the month. And yeah, it was pretty darn informative. The very least played map was Zen. It's like, it had like 17 matches compared to like 145 for the most. Zen is a heavily vetoed map by the professional community. I can tell you that much. And Triton, I think, was number 1. It was either that or Ephemeron, maybe? Yeah, just two really standard maps, nothing too weird about them. Zen has weird stuff. Pros don't like the weird stuff. They will veto those as necessary. And yeah, there's not much we can do about it as far as we want more games on Zen, but the pros aren't going to make it happen unless they're forced into it, which did happen apparently a few times. So anyway, we do have a Reaper on the way. The Reaper's name is Donald J. Trump. The Democratic Party is fractured, but there is one issue that continues to bring the various groups together, and that issue is Donald J. Trump. The thought of him winning re-election remains on every politician's mind, and they are willing to see any tactic to stop it. At the same time, a group of scientists managed to open up a dimensional portal across space and time. Fearing the worst, the president is kidnapped from his home, and thrown into the portal, finally ridding them of their problem. Trump awakens to find himself in the Terran capital and is displeased at what he sees. He quickly starts an election campaign built on the slogan, "Make the Dominion Great Again," and as his popularity grows, Emperor Mech takes notice of Trump and orders his arrest. Emperor Mech charges Trump with heresy against the Dominion and orders that he be taken to the Reaper program like all the other heretics that came before him. Yeah, that's the thing. If you live in a country that doesn't really believe in freedom of speech or anything like that, you're going to have a hard time making any kind of a career happen. Goodbye, Donald J. Trump. Adept takes it down. I think did get one probe kill there, so that brings it up above the average. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, freedom of speech is great, but if you live in a authoritarian government type system that doesn't value that sort of thing, well, you're going to have a bad time. Anyway, what are we doing here? Oh, the other thing that was kind of interesting, it showed like average number of kills per certain units, like average number of purification novas that went off per disruptor was, I think, 2.5, which seemed low, man. Disruptors are dying fast. Queen's average creep tumors laid 1.2. Average tumors laid by tumors is 2. So, I don't know. There's a lot of interesting numbers in there, kind of shed some light on the current meta and how matches are going. Katowice had a ton of games, and being able to draw from all that information is really nice. So what is SpeCial doing today? SpeCial's going 1-1-1, yada, 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 yada. He is making some Marines. He's going for Cloak Banshee. He loves Cloak Banshee, you guys. Of all the Cloak Banshees I've seen on the channel in the last calendar year, I think SpeCial has like 90% of them. Of all the Terran players, it's just he loves them. Other players will use them sometimes, yes. But it seems like every game of SpeCials that I cast, he goes for the Cloak Banshee. They're good. They're annoying. They're not that expensive. They can two-shot workers. If the probes aren't being covered by a shield battery, they will get two-shot. And if you make 2 Banshees, then you just basically one-shot them. It's kind of nice. That's more of an investment, though. Marines stutter-stepping against the Adept. The Adept wants to... Oh, thought about getting in there, but SpeCial's reaction timing. Oh, you finished the transfer? Bad. That was not good for PartinG. He's got a third base coming up, though, which is awesome. And what's he doing? Blink Stalker opening. Cool, that's fine. Good for harassment. Pretty good for defense as well. And at this stage, I think both players are pretty even across the board. SpeCial has the bigger army, but it's mostly Marines, which just by themselves aren't going to do a lot here versus Blink Stalkers. And they're over here on this side of the map anyway, so they're not going to hurt anything at the time being. Obviously, bigger army. That's a hallucinated Phoenix going down because the third base by PartinG is on the way. So that slows down his army potential. But here we go. We got ourselves some Stalkers coming in. They've got Blink. But Cloak is done for the Banshees. Are there any Banshees out? There certainly is a Banshee out. And does detection exist? There's an observer out on the map now for PartinG. If it's in the right place, this Banshee will get completely shut down. Where is it? It's moving out? No, no, no. There's another observer on the way, though. Don't worry about it. So one probe down. Two probes down. And a recall. The Stalkers come home. They don't have an observer with them, though. Interestingly enough, where is it? The observer is here. Okay, so it finally made it all the way back home. And the Banshee's taking some unnecessary shots. You really don't want to fight with Stalkers if you can help it. There we go. Observer hanging out with the Banshee, and its work is done. So 4 kills, not bad. I think one of those was a... Nope, didn't get a sentry, but 5 total probes have gone down. One of those was the Reaper. 4 of them were the Banshee. So very nice. I mean, he'll do this against both Protoss and Zerg, which makes it a good option. Dude, right? I mean, he's... I'm going to say, no shield batteries at all from PartinG. I'm kind of worried about him here. That is honestly the answer, is going for shield batteries, because one Banshee can't kill probes with a shield battery around because they heal too fast for the Banshee damage to really matter because they attack so slowly. That Banshee gonna go down. Did the other Banshee die too? No, it's still around. Here it is. Off the edges of the minimap. Look at the minimap and tell me if you can see that thing. Okay, you can now. But when it's up here, minimap awareness is hard when they're on the edges. So again, more probes down. This is insanity. Stalkers again putting some pressure on SpeCial. He's got a big scary army though. Stalkers cannot directly engage with that under any circumstances. Too many Marauders. Way too many Marines. Marine Marauder will crush your Stalker army if they have enough upgrades and they are big enough in size. That is how many probes down? 16 probes down in the first 6 minutes of this game? Are you kidding me? All right, well, SpeCial's army is up 59 to 49. PartinG's third base is up, but he's lost 16 probes. So obviously his bases are not fully saturated, especially the third base, and it could be. That's the problem with this right now for him. Third base is landed for SpeCial. Just kidding. It's under construction. It's not done yet. He's working on Concussive Shell. He's working on Widow Mines. He's working on dropping into the main base of PartinG and causing some problems. There are no cannons and no shield batteries here at all. So that's a pretty Artosis-y pylon right there. Wow, D-Powers. The Forge working on +1 as well as 4 warp gates. That is incredible. And then the attack of SpeCial into the third base at the same time. And PartinG taps out. He knows it's just too much. It is just too much Terran. He went for the greedy third base. He took too much damage from the Banshee. And SpeCial wins game 1 of our sneaky twofer between these two players. Well, what an absolute shellacking there from SpeCial. I mean, I know that SpeCial is ranked higher and everything, but both these players made it to the round of 24, those group stages. They're 2 of the best 24 players on Earth right now. But SpeCial just outclassing PartinG entirely in a matchup that Terran players feel unfavored in against the evil Protoss. Part of it is that PartinG never got any kind of splash damage at all. Was he even working on it? It was Immortals, it was Stalkers, it was Zealots. He didn't have a Robotics Bay. He didn't have a Templar Archives. He didn't have anything that can splash damage at all here. And I know that asking for that at 7.5 minutes is kind of hard, but I don't know what he does against this army, honestly, without any kind of splash damage whatsoever. The early third base, I think, is the thing that really wrecked him there. Also, not putting a cannon or a shield battery in the mineral lines after he saw the first Banshee really cost him. Would have even helped against this attack a little bit to have some kind of static defense of some kind. And then on the other end, just, I mean, no SCVs died in this game. 0 SCVs died in this game. This is one of the more cost-efficient wins you will see. So great job, SpeCial, just kind of outclassing PartinG there in game 1. Let's see how game 2 goes here between these two players from those group stages. We shall return in just a minute. Sneaky twofer game number 2 is going to be here on Eternal Empire. Bottom left-hand corner, PartinG. Top right-hand corner, SpeCial. All right, SpeCial, what do you got? I know you like harassing, no matter if it's Zerg or Protoss. And if it's going to be Cloak Banshee again, I expect PartinG to be a little bit more aware of it this time. But I don't know who is unaware of the fact that SpeCial likes Banshee play, especially Cloaked Banshee play. But PartinG's reaction time to it was a little bit too slow. PartinG says, lag. And this SV is checking for proxies, which is fair, because PartinG loves his proxies. Wait, what is he doing? He's not... Interesting. He's one base in it. He is not walling off down here at all. Which is interesting to me. Let's see what he does with this. Oh, SpeCial's going double gas. Before Bear... Oh, he's a bit of a proxier. Okay. I'm going to say it's a little bit early to check for a probe coming up, dude. But he decided he was going to build a barracks there just to throw PartinG into a sense of panic. The double gas, though, implies some kind of a cyclone play would be my guess. Let's see what else he does with it here. Do we go quick I mean, we have to go quick factory, right? Right, we do. Health bars on. And PartinG expanding. Okay, so it felt like a one base play, but you know what? Just not walling off here at all against the Terran seems like a fine move. It's cool. We'll roll with it. So Reaper on the way. Reaper's name is Sneaky Twofer, the appropriately named Sneaky Twofer, trying to take out his devotion to StarCraft to the trying to take his devotion to StarCraft to the next level. This aspiring Terran player sought out employment in the Reaper program. He quickly earned his code name by always killing 2 enemy workers before escaping to fight another day. Will this be the day that plan fails, or will he be able to change his name to Sneaky the Reaper? I mean, the hilarious thing here is the PartinG isn't scouting at all, so this little play by SpeCial is completely unwarranted, but he couldn't have known that when he started it, so whatever. Sometimes that happens. That doesn't mean he's going to lose or anything. Just a little bit of a wasted effort there. That's all it is. So Sneaky Twofer here. We'll see how he does. I mean, previous incarnation of the Reaper did get 1 kill, which is better than the average, I really feel like, in TVP on the last year or two. So hopping on in, sees the expansion, feels good about that. He's expanding as well back home. And he's making a Hellion. Which, you know, Hellion's pretty good against Adepts. Adepts do bonus damage versus Hellions, but also the vice versa is true. He did a Hellion in the last game, too, so maybe this isn't significantly different. Although he does have 2 Reapers. So that is kind of a Sneaky Twofer thing, isn't it? We've got 2 Reapers here instead of the traditional 1. Stargate opening. Now, we might see an Oracle here. We do have an Oracle name ready to go as well. And that's a Phoenix. All right, well, Oracle name will have to stay there for another day. I do get them, you guys. If you submitted an Oracle name and it hasn't been read, we just don't see a ton of Oracles, honestly, these days. Definitely see more Reapers for the Reaper name play. Reapers have just consistently been part of StarCraft for a very long time. Nice KD8 charge. Get that Stalker out of there. Nice lift on the Hellion. Sneaky Twofer. Any of them have 2? Oh, wow, the probes actually killed them. So, yeah, you know what? I think one of them got 2 kills. We'll say that it was Sneaky Twofer getting his 2 kills. Congratulations, man. I mean, you died, so you can't go back and brag about it. But not a bad play nevertheless. I'll take 2 probe kills. I mean, it required 2 Reapers and a Hellion for it. I think he was hoping for a little bit more. Hallucinated Oracle cruising on in. Interesting. All right, so I think he knows he's not doing any damage on it. It can't use any of its abilities because it's just a hallucination. If it had a basic attack, it can use that, but it can't use abilities when it's hallucinated, which is how you know an Oracle is a fake Oracle, is if it's not firing on anything. Yar. Pretty funny stuff, though. I like it. So more and more Phoenix in production. Is this an Adept Phoenix play? What is this? Early Legacy of the Void? Is it 2015? Remember when every PvT was all Phoenix Adept? Because Terran really struggled against it for a while there. This drop, though. Look at him go. Lifting the Widowmines. Widowmine fires, but it doesn't matter. Ooh, how much lift is left? Enough energy is there. Plenty of energy is there. And yeah, that Widowmine drop gets absolutely crushed. Very nicely played from PartinG. He knew one was coming. He's taking a 3rd base in celebration. Yeah, if you can shut down your opponent's early harass as well as you've done in the first 4 minutes, I feel better about this 3rd base from PartinG than I did in the last game. It seemed a lot gutsier in the last game. This one, it feels okay. Feels like he's earned it. Forge on the way. Twilight Council on the way. Phoenix Count being super annoying at this stage. I mean, they're not going to win the game, obviously. Even a Phoenix out here. Ton of Marines. Got a Cyclone against these dudes. 4. There's no more on the way. I think we got 4. All right, so we have 4 of them. Viking landing, doing bonus damage versus mechanical, and actually ends up getting 4 kills. Amazing stuff. And then lifts and tries to fly away, but no, not going to happen. 5 probe kills. Dude, SpeCial is so good at getting kills in this matchup. I haven't seen other Terran players be nearly this effective, to be honest with you. Engineering bay in production. Factory. Oh. Are we... So 2 factories, 3 factories. All right, meching it. Special's going for Mech here against his Protoss opponent, which we've seen. Was that a big, long Special versus PartinG game that I cast last month sometime on this map? But it was really long. It was like 25 minutes. And it was awesome. And it was Mech. And it was so fun. I think it was... Okay, maybe it was TY versus PartinG. I think that makes more sense. I don't think that was Special. I'm not remembering him being part of this matchup. But Terran players are feeling a little more comfortable going Mech. Both against Zerg and against Protoss these days. And you know what? They're having some decent success with it. Phoenix down to the lock-on ability. Lifting and killing an SCV, but catching a final hit from that missile turret. And the Phoenix goes down. Warp gates coming in on those new warp gates. New quality of life improvement from probably a year, maybe even longer ago now. And at this stage, it's 38 to 29 army supply. Special has a lead there, but PartinG's up 61 to 57 workers. He does have a 4th base he's taking at 7 minutes, which is beautiful. The timings are on point here for PartinG. I'm not going to complain about any of that. I'd like to see him get some splash damage. Although, not as important in this game where it's not going to be a ton of Marines and Marauders. Sure, it's a bunch of Marines. It is 9 Marines, to be exact, if my counting was correct there. But it's also Cyclones and Hellions. Which, I don't know. I still feel like Storm would be pretty good against all of that stuff, actually. What's he getting? Charge is good. I like Charge. And a Templar Archives. Alright, so PartinG is being allowed to do a little bit more stuff here on Eternal Empire. Special isn't showing up with a giant attack right now and killing him. He's allowing PartinG to get up a 5th base. Holy smokes. PartinG, we have maybe slipped into greed territory here. But perhaps if Special is meching, he's going to be a lot slower getting out here. And PartinG is employing a Zerg-like strategy of getting a ton of bases to account for the fact that Special is meching, and you need more of an economy to take down a meching Terran player because they will be more cost efficient. So you need to get more money in order to beat them. It's a very basic concept that's been around for a very long time. By the way, hit that like button if you're enjoying these games so far. I think they've been pretty good. Just helps the YouTube algorithm know that I'm here and that people are actually watching and that you're not robots. So, I suppose some of you could be robots. I'm not trying to discriminate. Regardless, man, this is crazy from PartinG. He's taking the Rich Vespine Geyser base down here. Really hoping that Special doesn't know about it. He doesn't know about this or this.
Add-on complete.
Is kind of insane. I kind of want to look at this from Special's perspective for a second. Let's see. How do I do that? This and camera.
Field depleted.
Ready to raise some hell.
So this is Special's perspective entirely. I know I don't do this a lot. Look on the minimap. You can see something coming in over here. Is he even... He doesn't even look at it, and then it dies. What the heck? Oh, it's just hallucinated Phoenix. I don't think he's worried about it at all. Bring some Hellions down. He's like, I assume there's a base here. And by golly, there is a base here. There's also a cannon, which I did get on PartinG in the last game for not doing anything with. But so many probes are dying. This cannon does kill the Hellions, but oh so slowly. 10 probes down. Special takes a minute to admire his handiwork.
Field depleted.
Does a scan in, sees a million warp gates. His army supplies looking pretty healthy. He's getting drilling claws, working on Infernal Pre-Igniter.
Upgrade complete. Add-on complete.
He's like, it's been 4 seconds. Let's make sure we can harass further.
Complete.
We can't let PartinG just sit back. He still doesn't know about this base. All right, that was enough. Let's go back to regular style. That little bit, a little messed up. Ah, yes, Special. Trying to take a 4th base of his own. No, says this Archon Zealot Stalker army. Not even close. Not in your wildest dreams. You will be a 3-basing Terran, and I say you're going to be a 3-basing Terran. 2 cannons here against Blue Flame Hellions. Kind of like it. I mean, a couple probes die. Engagement, big time! Scary engagement. Coming in. Whoa! I don't know about PartinG going on in here. Anti-armor missile going off. He just kind of shoves his face into an entrenched Terran encampment and doesn't do super well with it. Army supply 157. in favor of SpeCial. I do not know what PartinG saw there that indicated he should attack into this entrenched Terran mech army. Blah, blah, blah. That was really bad. That was really bad. And suddenly the counterattack of SpeCial is abjectly terrifying. Dude, engage with them in the middle. I mean, in the middle of the map. You have to be Zerg here. You cannot do that. A Zerg player going up and doing that would have been worse, but just bad still. Okay, so he knows about the base. There are some charge lots here, but against Blue Flame Hellions, though, God, that bonus damage is really good. The Zealots are not enough. It's just like the Lings are not enough. This base is going to go down. Doesn't chase the probes up the ramp. This base is still alive for PartinG, which is a massive play for him. He needs it. He needs that fourth. He's creating more army all the time. Working on +3 attack here, but lost his fifth, which is not a game-ending play. But he needs to deal with this army. Can he jump on top of the tanks, possibly? He's trying another great anti-armor missile. I mean, sure, you might get the tanks. Congratulations, but there is still so much race car mech available. Army supply went away to 47 now. SpeCial's being so cost-efficient with this. My gosh, mech, you guys. Kind of amazing. Again, the Zealots evaporating before the Hellions. If you're struggling with Zealots as Terran, maybe this is your answer. A ton of Blue Flame Hellions. And the Zealots are not nearly as scary anymore. 6 more probes have gone down. It looks like PartinG's going to be able to clean this up. Just barely, though. Oh, you know what? Maybe not. SpeCial's still here. He's still here with his Cyclones and his Hellions. He's got a Widow Mine doing stuff with 0 kills somehow. Dodges. A Widow Mine shot there. Warping and Stalkers to handle this army. Again, the lock-on here, there's no detection, so these Widow Mines continually hit. Trying to sneak on into this 4th base of PartinG, where there are, again, 2 cannons defending. Get those probes out. Evacuate those probes. Oh, trying to get some Zealots in, but look, they're effectively whoosh, whoosh, 2 whooshes, and they're pretty much gone. Yeah, army supply 73 to 33. There's a couple Archons here. The Nexus does end up going down to that lock-on. PartinG's 3 bases. SpeCial's on 4 bases. He's flipped the script here, going for that mech. Telling you, I think we're going to see more Terran players doing this in the coming weeks and months of 2020, everyone. I mean, good grief. Look at this income flip here. SpeCial has, PartinG had a massive lead, and then whoop, right back up. Right back up to SpeCial after killing that base and taking his own 4th base. Okay, 91 to 36 army for PartinG is exceptionally bad. PartinG's retaking this base with the Vespine Geysers, but again, Archon's not a bad idea here just because they don't take bonus damage from any of this, but bam! Good game! SpeCial gets the win. It was this attack. He comes up the ramp. He decides to attack into the 3rd base. In fairness, if he wins that attack, he wins the whole game, right? He absolutely wins it because that is all the income SpeCial has. But then there's an entrenched Terran army sitting here, and no, bad move. Don't do that. God, he was fine. He was in a great position army-wise, but I think what he should have done is play it like Zerg. Sit back out, wait for the Terran army to move, come at him from different directions, pick off units from the edges. Don't attack into an entrenched Terran army sitting at home. It's just not going to work. And I think maybe if he had a ton of Storm, it would have been better. Because, I mean, there really wasn't a ton of micro there from SpeCial. Not really anywhere he could go either. He was kind of cramped in here. Yeah, that's rough. That is something PartinG's going to think about for some time. Yeah, end of the day here, upgrades are +3 attack for PartinG. Again, I like the Archons. You just kind of need more of them and more Stalkers. It's a pretty gas-heavy composition to handle this, but at the same time, Cyclones aren't cheap either, and you can't double pump them from factories either. So, great job. Honestly, pretty great games there from SpeCial, going weird stuff, weird mechy stuff in game number 2, getting the win regardless. Hurrah. All right. Well, that is going to be it from me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.